Hello, Dr. Flanas. So we have preparation for examination, which is the trial 2025. So this is the preparation for examination that for trial exam 2024 from Free State Province, accounting paper 2. This was the preparation, not the final trial that was written last year. So in today's video, I will be doing the question 1 of this question paper, which focus on the bank reconciliation statement and age analysis. But I won't cover the whole question 1. Is only 1.1 and 1.2, and on 1.2 is only 1.2.1, which is the correct bank account in the general ledger. So let's just get straight into the video. So in my previous video, I did a short summary of the bank reconciliation statement, so that is why today I'm doing the practical or technical part of the bank reconciliation statement by the use of this exam question paper. So let's just get straight into the video. If you didn't watch that summary, you can just click, I will link it here in the corner. So 1.1, indicate whether the following statements are true or false. Write only the letter true. Write only true or false next to the question number. So that's, I think this one is clear. Then 1.1.1, the interest on overdraft forms part of bank charges. So what you have to question yourself, what is an interest on overdraft and what are bank charges? They're saying that the interest is part of the bank charges. What I know about the interest on overdraft is that the interest on overdraft is the cost of borrowing. You are being charged that cost by the bank when you borrow money from them. So that's the interest, or it is the cost of borrowing. And the bank charges are the charges that the bank, that are the mutual charges of the bank. Everyone that is using that bank is being charged those charges, whereas the interest only charged those who borrow money from the bank. So the bank charges, the bank may have the monthly charges, or let's say for example Capitec may have monthly bank charges of 20 rand, but if you didn't borrow, you won't gonna being charged the interest on overdraft. So this is false. The interest of overdraft is the cost of borrowing, whereas the bank charges is the cost of using the bank, or you are being charged for using the bank. Let's say when you withdraw, you are being charged. When you buy with the card or you tap, you are being charged. Those are the bank charges. So our answer here, I think it was false. Yeah, 1.1 here at the bottom is false. So let's come here. A credit balance on the bank statement reflects a favorable balance. Yeah, I said this in that summary. A credit balance in the bank statement receive the money that we receive. Only records the transactions of the incoming amounts, which is those are the cash receipt channels, all the amounts that we received, all the amounts that our debtors paid, all the rent that paid by the people who are renting our buildings, everything that is an income to the business in the bank statement is recorded on the trader side. So the trader side reflects the favorable balance. So this is true. You come here in your answer book and write true. So let's come to 1.1.3. An error on the bank statement. Yes, an error on the bank statement must be rectified in the cash journals of the business. This is an error on the bank statement. This is the most important part. An error, not just an amount. Let's say they charged us the bank charges, and we didn't record the bank charges on the cash book or in our business's bank account. So we have to take the amount from the bank statement. The amount must be correct. So what they're saying here is that an error on the bank statement, so it's already an error on the bank statement, must be rectified in the cash journals of the business. So we can't rectify or reconcile the error in the cash journals or in our bank account of the business, because that's already an error from the bank statement. So what you have to do, that's the need for the bank reconciliation statement. So an error on the bank statement is being reconciled or rectified on the bank reconciliation statement, not on the cash book of the business. So this is false. So this is false here. The 1.1.2 was true and 1.1.1 was false. So let's cover or just do quickly 1.2. So 1.2, we're not gonna do the whole 1.2, just only 1.2.1. So the information relates to Hike stores for August 2024. The business uses the official bank statement downloaded on 26th of each month. So take note of this. We download the bank statement on the 26th of each month. That doesn't mean that that's when we end to do transactions via the bank, via the bank, or via the EFTs that will be automatically recorded in the bank statement. So if we receive the statement on the 26th of each month, that means from the 27th to the 30 or the 31 of that month, all those transactions are not recorded where in the bank statement, are not recorded also. Yeah, they may not be, no, all those transactions that occurred after the 26th are not reflected where in our cash books, because when we, let's say for example, if the bank charges appeared on the statement on the 27th, we can't see them on our bank statement that we downloaded on the 26th. They will appear on the other bank statement that we're gonna download maybe after. So on the bank statement that we downloaded on the 26th, that means we only record all the transactions that appear from the 1st to the 26th. All the other ones that occurred after are not part, because we downloaded the bank statement on the 26th. So the bank statement, if you don't know, is the statement from the bank about your transactions occurred in a month, or it will depend for which period of time do you want your bank statement. So 1.1 or 1.2.1 from Hike stores, they say we must calculate the correct bank account balance in the general ledger. So that's what you have to take note of. Bank account is not the bank statement. The bank account it is the general ledger account. We prepared it as us as the business. Hike stores prepared it individually as the business, not the bank. Let's say if they are using Capitec Bank, Capitec is not the one that is doing the bank account. We are the one who have the bookkeeper. That bookkeeper is responsible for preparing us the bank account. So that bank account, it is our responsibility to make it align to the bank statement. The bank statement, we receive it from the bank we are using as the bank of the business, let's say now from Capitec. So that's what I'm trying to explain. Bank account, we prepared it as the business. So Hike Store is the one that preparing the bank account, and Capitec is the one that preparing bank statement. Bank account is also the same as the cash book, or because it only receive it records cash book only receive or records the CPJ and SRJ, but the bank account records all the incoming and outgoing amounts, which is the payments and the receipts, everything. So let's calculate the correct bank account. Okay, let's come to the information. This is the information that we have to note. Information A, note no items from July bank reconciliation statement that need to be entered during August 2024. So this is the most important information, because they are telling us that from the bank reconciliation that we made in July, all the information that we said the bank must reconcile, they have corrected all those errors. So they are saying that no items from the July that need to be reconciled or entered in August bank reconciliation statement. So everything was fixed. So if you check that summary that I made, I explain what is the bank reconciliation statement. That means we're telling the bank that they must reconcile or fix these errors that they made from the bank statement they sent to us. So B, the bank account in the general ledger of 4,600 unfavorable balance was calculated before August bank statement was received. So before the August bank statement was received, the bank account in the general ledger of 4,600 was calculated. Okay, so before the August bank statement, this means that this balance, this 4,600, it is the balance that was calculated before the bank statement the bank statement was received from Capitec, let's say from our business bank account. So that means that 4,600 doesn't include all the amounts of the from the bank statement. Doesn't include all the amounts from the bank statement. That is why in information C that's saying that on August 2024 bank statement not reflected in the August 20 information on the August 2024 bank statement that is not reflected in the August 2024 cash channels. So this is the information that is on the bank statement but is not recorded in our cash channels. So the cash channels is also the same. That's why we record them cash receipt channel, cash payment channel in the bank account. So what is required there from 1.2.1 need this information. That is why I was saying that this balance may be incorrect because it doesn't include all these amounts that we got from the bank statement, which are not part of the cash channels. So let's just quickly do that. So service fees, the service fees is 370 appeared on the bank statement but not on the cash channel. So an information that appeared on the bank statement and is correct, we record that information to our cash channels. If those records are incorrect, we record those records from the bank reconciliation statement. And information that appear on our cash channels but doesn't appear on the bank statement, we take those outstanding deposits, outstanding payments, and record to the bank reconciliation statement. So it's easy when we are the one who forgot or omit some amounts. So service fees 370, that one forms part of the cash receipt channel. So let's come here and do, they say the required said, where is it, calculate the correct bank account in the general ledger. So it must be in the general ledger. A general ledger is that the account. So yeah, so our balance now that we have is this 4,000, this 4,600, which is the balance. Why it is untraded? The balance is untraded because they said here, or why is it, it's unfavorable. So an unfavorable bank balance is the balance on the traded side. Because the bank is an asset, it decreases on the traded side. So that is why it's on the traded. Then the second one, came here to record the service fee. The service fee is 370 and it's from the cash receipt channel, which is our folio here. So let's proceed to the second one. The second one is an error, an EFT payment to Smiley Stores, which is 2. So we paid because our business is Hike Stores. So we paid to Smiley Stores 480 was reflected twice, which is okay, twice duplication of transaction in error, where the bank would rectify the error on 1st September 2024. So an amount from the bank statement, which is this 480, we were paying Smile Stores, but they made a mistake and duplicate that amount. So it was correct to show the payment, which is the payment. Where are we showing the payment on the bank statement? We show them on the debit side of our bank statement. So on the bank statement debit side, they paid Smiley and they duplicated this 480. So they recorded it twice. The first 480 is correct, but the second one is incorrect. But remember, they say this information appear on the bank statement is not reflected in the cash channels. So the first 480 that is correct, we must show it in our cash channels, which is now will be in the form of the bank account on the debit trade side because it's the payment. Then the other 480, which is the duplicated one, we're gonna reconcile that in the bank reconciliation statement. I hope that makes sense. So this is the 480 was reflected twice in error. The bank rectified the error on 1st September 2024. So we must come and record this 480 in our bank account because we paid. Don't mind the other one, that is the duplication. We're gonna fix it when we're doing the bank reconciliation statement. So the second one is 480. That's 480. Sorry for that. That is 480 here. EFT 480. That one we pay to Smiley. Then the other one, you're gonna fix it in the bank reconciliation statement. Then let's come here again. That's saying that the deposit of 17,300 for the rent income was not recorded in the cash channels but appeared on the bank statement. So this one is the rent income, and it is in the form of cash receipt channel. So let's come here on the debit side right now, because rent is an asset. Sorry, because rent is an income, so an income interest on the credit side, and bank is account is an asset. The asset interest is on the debit side. So that's it. So rent income portfolio CRJN 17,300. So let's come here again. They're saying that debit order of 3,500 for water and electricity. So the debit order, those are the monthly transaction. Let's say, for example, if it's an insurance or water and electricity, we know monthly we pay this 3,500. So these transactions are always occurred electronically in our business's bank account, because let's say every month they are just automatically deducted to our insurance companies or water supply companies that they supply us with water and insurance service. So it's obvious for them not to appear in our cash books because they happen electronically from the bank account. So they're saying that this debit order of 2,500 for water and electricity is not recorded in our cash book. So our bookkeeper didn't receive this transaction or this receipt. So let's record it on the credit side of the bank account, because it's the payment, which is this water and electricity 3,500. So let's come here. The information D in the August 2024 cash channels not reflected on the information in the August cash channels. That's not what we are looking for. We are looking for the information on the bank statement, because what we are doing is the business where is the business bank account in the general ledger. So this information will be needed. The information D will be needed when we are doing the bank reconciliation statement. So let's come and balance it so that we can get the correct bank statement. So if you can see by just looking, 17,300 is more than the credit side, so the debit is more than the credit side. So we can come and do our balancing here. So the total is 17,500, and we need to balance the ledger. Credit must be equal to the debit, so our balance carried down will be 8,350. So this is the balance on the 31st August. So this is the balance at the end, because this is the balance of the end, because after all the transactions have been recorded by our bookkeeper. So let's come to then that balance will be the balance at the beginning on the 1st September 2024, and it is favorable because it's on the debit side. So this is the total. This was the required. They are saying the correct balance is this one. So let's come and check how did they do it in the memo. In the memo, they didn't do the tier account that I did, which means they didn't do it in the ledger. What they said, it must be in the ledger. So they took the you just took the I said that the balance of 4,600 was unfavorable, so that means it was on the credit side, so it has a negative balance. All the money that was paid, you put the negative sign, which is this one. Solely it was the service fee, and minus those payment to Smiley stores, and add the money we received from our tenant, which he paid the rent, and also the last one, which is 3,500, which is the water and electricity. So this is the balance you will get. You can do it in this way, and you can do it in the T account, but the required here said in the general ledger. So thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please like, comment, and also subscribe to the channel, and share it to your classmate, everyone that you think this information might be helpful to him or her. Please support the channel. And also, this is the summary I did in the explaining the bank reconciliation statement. So please try to watch it if you didn't watch it. Thank you for watching. I appreciate your support.